Now, do I know who Bebe Rexha is? Not really. But she had something thrown at her while she was on stage. She's a young pop star, I guess. And is a cell phone hit her right in the eye. And she posted photos of her eye, black and blue, with a...
Had to get some stitches.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. And, of course, obviously, we're going to cover that like a hawk on a rabbit. I mean, we're on it. We are 100% on that. And I said that we were just going over it here moments before showtime, and I said to Kristen, well, she's not the only one. Poor Adele has gotten jock itch from her Spanx at her Vegas residency. That's pretty bad, too. She apparently...
That's real?
Yeah, Adele was wearing Spanx. I've recently become more familiar with Spanx, not because I'm wearing them, although today is weigh-in day, and I used to wear a lot of that Spanx technology.
You wore the man version.
The Manzier, whatever it was, yeah.
But it was more for the midsection.
It was,
not the boobs.
Is Spanx for the boobs?
No, Spanx I think is for
legs,
the hips and thighs.
Yeah, well, the reason I know a little more about it is I watched. We've been off now. We had a 3-day weekend, a little 3-day here over the weekend, and I watched probably 25 hours of Shark Tank. That's really all I did was just Shark Tank. Golf and Shark Tank is all I watched. Golf and Shark Tank, and I enjoyed both very much. That Shark Tank has become my new favorite thing to do. And I've got 14 years of shows that I haven't even seen.
Yeah. And
I probably watched 2 years of it over the weekend, though. I mean, it was just...
Did you see the one where they invented the iPod?
Yeah, I see that. I see that kind of stuff. That's the whole thing. It's incredible. You see it, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Now I know these guys. I see that. Oh, I've seen that in Costco, and it's 8 years ago. And you can see the sharks age as they, My daughter came in the room yesterday and said, wow, he looks old. Well, it's because I was watching a season way back. The point is, the woman who invented Spanx is on there once in a while. She's they have 5 sharks, and 5 kind of normal sharks, but they rotate in and out. And occasionally have a special guest. Alex Rodriguez is on there sometimes as a business executive and that kind of thing. And she made her fortune making Spanx, which, fit women to a T and hug in their thighs and so forth.
It's part of the reason Kim Kardashian is so wealthy.
Spanx?
She has but she has her own version.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Skims.
She copied Spanx. Is
Pretty
that
much
right?
the same product.
Same type thing,
yeah.
And then she made all that money.
But people claim hers are better, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that she really has this product is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Better fabric, maybe?
I guess, but it's a big deal when she rolls stuff out.
It is.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway, Adele was on stage in Las Vegas, and she told the audience she wears Spanx while she does the show. She sweats a lot, and it gives her jock itch.
In my shows, I wear Spanx, keep it all in a bit, make it all pretty neat. And I sweat a lot, but it doesn't go anywhere, so I'm basically just sitting in my own sweat. So my doctor gave me jock itch. Do you guys know what that is? Jock itch? Is it jock itch? That's what it's called, right?
She has it. She says she's itching all over her, really a lot of her body, she says, because the sweat can't go anywhere and it's trapped all night because she has to do the Spanx to suck in.
They don't breathe? Maybe she needs Skims.
Maybe they're not breathable enough. Maybe that she should switch brands. But she said that's the problem. Yeah, I used to get, when I wore that, Manzier thing to keep you tucked in, my love handles, that kind of thing, I would sweat uncontrollably in that thing. I mean, more so than you. To the point where when you take it off at the end of the night, and I would only wear it for some occasion, dinner party, whatever it might be. And when I'd get home, I would take it off, and I'd have to have somebody help me because it would be stuck to my body. My wife would have to come in and help me. That's true love when somebody does like something like that.
I think they used to have commercials for Jock Itch products all the time on television. It seemed to be way more rampant, perhaps when gentlemen wore jock straps. I mean, that's how it came. That's how it came to be. I think.
Yeah.
I had a couple of bad cases back when I was lifeguarding because I was, I'd be in the pool at 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh yeah,
soaking. And you never really dry off. Right. And that's how. That's part of the reason.
Yeah, and then you get it. Oh, I know exactly what you mean by that. And then the other celebrity here, we're talking about when people on stage. Taylor Swift has had to cancel her membership at her very swanky and expensive club, her gym, because somebody at the gym took a picture of her and her ex-boyfriend leaving the gym together, and they guarantee that won't happen. That at the gym, they guarantee that if you go to this really nice gym and pay those kind of prices,
no one's supposed to have a phone to.
Exactly. No one's supposed to know. Well, they got Taylor, and so she canceled her membership there at the gym.
I'm a little surprised that Adele had a phone policy. I wonder if she lets people take pics at her shows.
Well, is that what you're saying right there?
Yeah, it's surprising. I was surprised, too, they had that because that's from one of her Vegas shows.
And that's the only clip like I've ever seen or heard of her in Vegas.
On the stage?
That's not released by her.
You went to the Britney Spears show in Las Vegas once. Were you able to take a phone
I
in
think we
there?
could take our phones in. I don't remember recording anything, but probably because I didn't want to admit to being there.
Well, after this thing with Bebe Rexha, who, again, I don't know, maybe other celebrities are going to start getting those bags where you have to lock them inside because, I mean, she had a phone thrown at her. They literally thrown at her.
I know. I know we have it coming up, but I can tell you why. This is a thing now.
People throwing stuff?
People throw their phones up there because this has been on TikTok, Instagram. You see all these. They toss their phone up there. Now they're supposed to toss it, like when the person can see it. And they'll pick it up and turn it around and kind of record themselves on that person's phone.
With the crowd.
And they toss it back?
Yeah, they'll hand it back to them. Yeah, a lot of people are. What you're supposed to do is
hand it
as you're recording, like hand it up, and they'll. Oh, look, hey, here, and you'll see them hand the phone back down.
Yeah,
I mean, once I saw this video, whoever tossed this is a moron.
He threw it hard.
They chucked it. Yeah, right at her face.
Yeah,
so
hit her right.
Hit her.
Yeah.
So to me, this may end now. Like if I always thought it was nice of the singer to even indulge and do that.
Yeah.
Because if somebody threw their phone at me, I'd drop kick it into the crowd.
Well, but if they just hand it or toss it, it reminds me of that. For some time, the like winning team in the World Series or the Super Bowl, they'll have beers tossed at them. But if they're not paying attention, and somebody throws it too hard, then it hits you. A full beer hits you in the face. You know, that's happened to a couple of people, right? Where they're on the float and a beer comes out. But in general, they want to toss it up there. Yeah, I think you may be right because this happened. And she did. She got stitches out of it. This Bebe Rexha got wound up with stitches out of it.
But if you have Bebe Rexha tickets tonight, don't worry.
She's still playing.
Show goes on.
She's still playing. She's that good. That's exactly right. Today is, it's weigh-in day for me. It's 2 weeks coming. I think I told you. Last week I canceled weigh-in day because I wasn't happy with where I was. But now I've worked it, even though.
Little meat, little apples.
Some meat and some apples. I made them grill me some fish at that fish fry over the weekend.
They did? Okay, good.
Yeah, I made them. Well.
How fun.
Well, my wife's uncle was in charge. We had a fish fry. A lot of birthdays in June in the family. And so he has a fish fry. And, man, when they do that, it is so good. It is everything fried. All the fish, shrimp, hush puppies, onion rings, just in those little, I don't even know how they do it. Those homemade, those fryers that you have at home. I watched them. Unbelievable the way they do the hush puppies and everything. And my wife's uncle said, now some of the ladies wanted their fish grilled. And I raised my hand and said, as do I.
I'm some of the ladies.
I'm some of the ladies. And he said, does anybody else want grilled fish? Because they had some. I said, put it on the grill for me. Yeah. You should have seen all the fun that was going around. And there I was sitting with red fish on a half shell, grilled. It was good, though.
You couldn't even have like slaw or anything, could you?
Nothing. I had grilled fish.
Lemon,
and cantaloupe slices. Cantaloupe slices is what I wound up with. Yes, I know. So that's how it was.
Sounds like summer.
It's weigh-in day. It's weigh-in day, so you have to do it. You know, that's what you have to put yourself through when you're trying to get to a certain weight. I think I'm only about 5 pounds from it. I'm this close.
And then what?
Okay.
I have to keep it. I really am hoping to keep it.
Live like this.
No, I don't. How do you do it? I never see you gain a pound or not. So that's what I. That's what
time to time.
That's what I want to do. Yeah, but you're basically been the same weight ever since I've known you. So that's you hope to keep it, but I don't know how. I mean, you get there and then you. Well, I just
you can't eat meat and apples for the rest of your life.
Well, you don't, but you keep your weight. So that's what I'm going to do. Whatever you do is what I'll do. I'll eat whatever you eat to keep the weight the exact same.
Listen, I've learned some things in the past year and some change.
Yeah,
it's a lot of genetics.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's genetics?
Yeah. So some of us are just more prone to.
Yeah.
You know, some of us are not. I mean, look at the littlest patriot.
Yeah, he's lucky.
That man eats whatever he wants. Now, he does go to the gym.
He's a gym fiend.
But, I mean, if I ate the same things, I think it'd be...
Well, but he just lost weight. He is losing weight. He went to that Mediterranean diet and started losing quite a bit of weight. I mean, you say he keeps the same weight, and I always thought he did, but I bet it creeps up on him a little here and there, So then he's lost some. He's lost some. He's trying to lose weight anyway. And I just read about John Goodman, the celebrity, of course. And he, over the last, I think it was like 10 years, has lost 200 pounds. And Chris Tim said, he had that surgery, but he didn't. I
thought I read that a year ago.
Wow.
At least, they asked him, how did you do it? He was on, some podcast somewhere, because now he's officially lost 200 pounds. He said this is like 14 years ago, he weighed 400 pounds. And that was like the wake-up call for him, John Goodman. He was in at 400 pounds. So he said that was when I said, okay, I've got to get serious about it, because he would lose, he said, 60 or 70 pounds, then reward himself by having cheeseburgers and beer, fall right back into that old habit that he had, and gain it right back, which, I mean, I've been there a million times. This time, he said, I'm really going to do it. So over the last 14 years, he's now lost exactly 200 pounds. He's down to 200. And when they asked him how, he did not say surgery. Now, he may have had it and isn't saying it now. But he said that he's gone to a completely Mediterranean-style diet, fish, olive oil, nuts, fruits, vegetables, and he makes sure he gets up to 12,000 steps every day. He exercise, the usual stuff, exercise, and that Mediterranean diet. Although a friend of mine just started on Ozempic. And he's looking good. I mean, he is looking really good.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, he does the, the needle. And you know what he told me was the needle's not very big. It's very short.
No, it's very small. I bet you don't even feel it.
And didn't you say you're talking about it with your doctor?
Yeah, I'm going to look into some different things. There's a few other options. There's Buongiorno.
Yeah.
There's Wegovy.
Those are the three.
Where do you jab your needle? In your arm or your leg?
I think it's arm. I think you.
I thought it was in the stomach.
Oh, in the stomach?
Do you really?
I thought that's where I was assuming.
Just a direct assault on the weight.
Wow! Oh, I didn't know that.
I assumed it was the big muscle in the leg.
I thought
Maybe
it
is.
I thought it was like the arm. Really? I have no idea. Maybe it's
because I looked at this one time before.
At
this is before, not Ozempic. There's another. This was a couple years, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And but then our insurance switched and it wasn't covered.
Right.
So it was going to be like $600 a month, and that was going to be one where I just had to in my stomach.
In your stomach.
Yeah.
Go right in.
Wow.
Well, the guy told me that the needle is very small. It's like for a like a diabetic will prick their finger sometimes, It's a very small.
That's a whole different ballgame.
That's just like a little stapler type thing, But he said that he and I didn't ask him where, but he said it was really short and easy to do, because you have to do it yourself. You have to inject.
How often?
Once a week. And you have and that to me was like, I think I'd have trouble injecting myself, But he said it was easy because the needle was so small.
Yeah, I bet it's one of those things that, I mean, in the abstract, it sounds if you're not used to it.
Yeah,
I bet you get used to it.
But diabetics do that, right? They have to inject themselves.
And he's seeing results.
Yeah, well, the guy,
so that's a good motivator.
Well, he is seeing results. That's true. Marie's on the line and knows where the Ozempic is injected. Marie, go ahead.
Yeah, you actually inject it in your stomach. My mom is on it, and she's lost over 20 pounds in the last few months. And I've never seen the needle, but I'm assuming since it's the smaller needle, it might be like the insulin-type needles.
That's right.
People use.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Well, stomach was news to me, so you and Biggie know that, and your mom knows it. Well, good luck to her there. Yeah. I think I would have a trouble, thank you, Marie, especially early on. But if you do see results, why not? Why not do it, So, yeah.
Plus, you could flex your abs.
Yeah, at that time,
I know you live to flex.
I'm trying to get to where I can. I'm close to seeing an ab. I'm not there yet, but I'd like to say I squeeze a lot in the mornings to try to get an ab out. Maybe you were right. It's the stomach.
Yeah,
it's been multiple confirmed now that it's the stomach. You think you'd have trouble doing it, or easy for you?
I at first said I was going to have trouble. And then my doctor said, well, we'll do the first one with you, see how small it is.
Yeah.
But of course, we never got to that point.
Right.
I did see the needle. The needle was very small.
Right. Well, there you are then. But now it seems like people get Ozempic without too much trouble. I mean, it must be
plenty of
covered.
People do it off the books.
Yeah, I don't know how that's being done either.
I mean, in Hollywood, I don't know how they. I guess they find a doctor who writes them a prescription.
Yeah, maybe Biggie can figure it out that way. Also, today on this program, we have a story in a Demm report that is just awful out of Penn State University. And I said to Chris Demm, God, that's like the worst thing that could come out of the university. And Chris Demm said, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Isn't it funny?
Pump the brakes.
It's interesting now. Yeah, no matter what happens at Penn State University, you can always say, well, it's not the worst thing now, is it? And I had, it's like, oh, my God, that's right.
I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah. And,
it's like Subway.
Jared from Subway. Exactly right.
The Subway restaurant chain.
Jared... Now he's kind of faded from memory.
A little bit.
Subway used to have Jared as their spokesperson. He lost a bunch of weight by going to Subway, and he was on all their commercials for 10 years. Well, then he goes to jail, for terrible crimes, and he's still in jail. So now if something happens at Subway, if they have a bout with somebody stealing or somebody
gets a bad health grade.
Yeah, or they're messing with food, you say, well, that's the worst thing. Wait a minute. Nope.
You know what?
Jared, you always have that. It's almost good. You always have that to lean back on. So the Penn State story today is disgusting, but not as bad.
Yeah, it's not the lowest the bar has been set.
It is not. And then another question we had today was, and this goes back to when we left you, off for 3 days now. We've been off for 3 days. Was asked, has the mouse been caught? If you missed this, like late last week, Thursday, Chris Demm was going into the hallway, and as he was playing Put Up or Shut Up Rock and Roll Trivia, a mouse raced by. I mean, at breakneck speed, apparently. I didn't see it.
Very, very quickly.
And Dave had seen a mouse down in our break room a few days earlier, but our man from HR, who lives to this, caught the mouse. He got
the downstairs
mouse. But a couple of days later was when Chris Demm, that was probably Tuesday. Then on Thursday, Chris Demm sees that mouse racing by here on the main floor in the main hallway. Then that's Dave, that old scallywag, starts, he will come up behind somebody now and pinch him on the ankle as if it's the mouse, scaring people to death. So the question is, has the mouse been caught? And the answer is no. We don't think so anyway.
I don't think so.
But Barry, who's up in HR, says he's 100% on the case of the mouse. And
there are traps all around the building now.
Yeah, right.
He practices at his house.
He does. He's
killing his vermin there.
Always recording what he's doing, too. He came in the other day, and Chris Demm said, what kind of traps are you using? He said, I don't use traps. He's barehanded them. He's going after them barehanded.
Yeah, he tracks them like a Native American hunter.
Yeah, so he's all over that. Did you watch the golf this weekend?
Some of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched the
I didn't
final.
love that course though. I didn't. I don't think it was a beautiful course to play it on out in Los Angeles. And
it looked good on TV.
And
I thought that the winner never cracked. I mean, it was a very impressive final round.
I thought he was going to. He bogeyed he bogeyed 15 and 16. He was up by 3, then got back to within 1. I thought, oh man, he's falling more. And then he steadied himself.
Yeah.
I like him. He's got a great story. Wyndham Clark on the U.S. Open. His mom died when he was in college, and he almost quit.
Yeah,
they kept chronicling
not only that, but then he just almost tried to kill himself.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was apparently out of control.
Yeah, it was an awful time. And now, only 7 or 8 years later, he's won 2 tournaments, including the U.S. Open. It was very, very impressive. And Rory McIlroy just could not get over the hump. He just, what's up with him?
He and Ricky Fowler.
Fowler, I never considered having a chance.
I love him. I've always pulled for him, something about him.
I don't think he's ever going to win it.
And I thought the same thing. I thought he's not going to win it.
He folds.
He does. And when it comes to that final round,
he folds.
And he was like one of the few players who was like +4 or 5 on the day. There was only him and one other guy who had plus rounds.
It wasn't overly hard for a U.S. Open course. No. I mean, the winner shot like 10 under, 11 under, which is, better than usual. And McIlroy would he stayed within 1 the whole time, 1 to 2 or 3, but never could make putts. Fowler just, takes the lead and then always shrinks under the pressure late and wasn't even really a factor at the end. I'll tell you one thing. Did you see that hole where, I didn't understand this. This happened to McIlroy. He hit it into a bunker, and it was basically plugged. They had trouble finding it. Do you remember this hole?
I think so. On Sunday?
Yeah, on Sunday, 5 holes to go. And he got to lay it out for free. No penalty.
I didn't understand that.
I didn't either. He hit the worst shot he could possibly hit. It's buried.
They said because it broke the surface of the earth.
Yeah, so it's like, well, wait a minute.
You get a free drop.
I don't understand that.
I think they said I think I heard that's what the rules person said. It went below the surface of the earth itself, below the crust.
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's unplayable.
I mean, he hit it so badly, it's under the surface of the earth, and you get a free drop from that?
But not only that, the other guy had like a worse lie, but they didn't give him anything.
Yeah.
Because it didn't break the surface of the earth.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was just in the straw.
It doesn't make any sense that you can hit such a bad shot that you're down in the mantle of the earth, and you get out of there for free. I get it if you can't hit it, so you drop it, but it should be a one-stroke penalty.
We got to be nice to Ricky.
It was McElroy. I couldn't understand it. I did not. It's like you hit such a terrible, terrible shot. They almost couldn't find it. Which, if they hadn't found it, of course it's a penalty. He's got to go back and hit again with a penalty. But this time they found it. Like you said, it broke the surface of the earth. So you get a freebie? That doesn't make any sense. In golf, where golf is so, I mean, how do you get that? That doesn't make any sense. That's a terrible rule. You get it's free. It's an awful rule.
Yeah.
Because why? I mean, it's like the guy hit not as bad a shot and is penalized because he's over in the thickness of it, and he gets to lay out for free. Now he bogeyed the hole, which it was really, because they were like, I mean, even they were saying this is the break of all breaks, that he gets to lay it out for free, but he still didn't take advantage of it.